have a little bit of a confession. I don't love practicing long tones, so very often I don't. I know they are really good for me. I know that I should, but still I just don't practice them. Today that is all going to change because we are taking on long tones. Over the next week I am going to be religiously practicing these every single day, and I'm going to be sharing this process with you guys. Okay, some ground rules. I have to play long tones for at least 5 minutes every day. That's the rule. So it has to be 5 minutes of long tone practice of some kind. I'm going to set a timer just to kind of be strict with myself. Also, I can be as creative as I like with these long tones, so I don't have to do it in any specific way. I can do what I like with it, and I'll explain to you guys what I do each day. But the rule is it has to be long tones. Like, I can't play scales and pretend that it's actually just a long tone when my fingers are moving. Stay tuned for the end of this video. We have got a little giveaway, a little bit of a freebie that we are giving to you guys to help you on your long tone journey too. Okay, enough stalling. Let's do it. My 5 minutes of long tones, day 1.
A few inches later.
Okay, I'm just going to have a small little break. Breaks are allowed in your 5 minutes, but no 5-minute breaks, please. A few seconds. I'm just doing straight long tones today, so that really classic della sonorite exercise from Marcel Moyes. Nothing fancy. I'm not trying to use vibrato, I'm just keeping it as straight as possible and accepting that it's probably going to be a bit rough and wobbly today. That's okay. I just went down to the low register. I'm going to go up to the high register in a moment after a few more stretches. Let's go. I'm also allowing myself to play with my embouchure a little bit. You'll see that I'm kind of messing around when playing with it. So, you know, allow yourself to play.
One eternity later.
My embouchure is like very, very, very shaky. Like, the 5 minutes are done. Okay, that was day 1. Let's continue this for 7 days and see what happens. It's day 2, and today I'm going to have some fun playing these long tones with some octaves. I actually quite like practicing long tones like this. If I'm practicing long tones, then it's usually this way. I wonder how much higher I'm going to have to go before those 5 minutes are up. Let's see. Okay, that was all the way up to high D. I think we've done enough of that. Let's do the reverse. Great little flexibility embouchure exercise. Comments from day 2. My low register still felt, well, actually today, I think yesterday it was better. After coming from those high notes, it felt very shaky, but overall, it's definitely feeling a little bit more comfortable. I'm excited to see what day 3 brings. It's day 3 today, and I must be honest, I'm quite looking forward to my long tone practice. I have not had a chance to play yet today, and remembering that I have to do my 5 minutes of long tones was actually quite nice. So let's dive into it. Today I am going to be playing some nice straight long tones again, but I'm going to be doing them with some nice crescendos and decrescendos, so using some nice dynamics to spice this up a little bit. You'll notice I am taking just a little bit of time to experiment and explore here because, you know, I can. It's fun. Trying to figure out what pitch is that. No. F sharp. It's F sharp. Oh, you know you're a flute nerd. It is day 4. Yes, it's day 4. It is cold. I'm tired. It's Friday. And I'm practicing my long tones. Today, since it is Friday and I need something different, I'm going to do something that I actually quite love doing. It's quite fun, and that is combining long tones with singing and playing. Nobody says I wasn't allowed to, so that's exactly what I'm doing today. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to sing and play the low note, and then I'm going to play up to the high note, but continue to sing the low note. This should be interesting, so let's give this a go, see how far we get. Starting my timer, 5 minutes. Then do it without. It's a really good one for getting that nice forward control of the lips. When I do the singing and playing, I really have to use my lips to get the high sound. It's quite challenging. I could definitely practice that with a tuner. Man, there's so many cool ways to practice long tones. I feel like I'm discovering some things here. It's a Saturday morning and I'm about to go out for the day, so I'm gonna do my long tones beforehand so that I don't forget. This morning I'm going to try and see if I can work on extending my breath. Whoa, where's my phone? This is a disaster. Right, okay, I'm sure that Google, you have a timer, I'm sure. Google, always helping. And it's set to 5 minutes automatically. That's pretty useful. So if any of you don't have a timer, you have no excuses, Google. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I am going to try and see how long I can hold these long tones for. Like, can I really keep that really long? Actually, it's quite useful to see my timer because then I'm going to try and see how many seconds. I must say I am feeling a little bit tight in my chest this morning. We've been a bit sick the last couple of days. So let's see how this goes. Oh, that's quite very tiring. So definitely averaging it out somewhere between 16 to sort of 19 is my top right now. Feel like I could definitely improve on this, but let's keep going. It's technically my timer, but I'm gonna do one more. It's quite fun. I like watch the countdown, so I like, okay, can I hold it? Whoa, that's fun. I could set a timer. Let's see. If I set a timer for like 30 seconds, can I do 30 seconds? Okay, I'm gonna try this. I want to say I managed 30 seconds. It makes me feel good. Actually, that was pretty close. I was like, the last 3 seconds was a little bit touch and go. It's pretty fun, actually. It's quite a nice way to like practice controlling your air supply, because you see those seconds counting down and you've got to like be like, okay, feel like I'm already halfway empty and I'm, you know, only like a third of the way through. Oh my gosh, my lungs hurt a little bit. There we go. I have to be honest, today, if it wasn't for you guys, I might not be practicing long tones today. But I'm going to do it anyway. Let's get the timer going. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play some nice long tones, but while I play those long tones, I'm going to bend the pitch up and down and just get that embouchure moving. Surprisingly tricky. So I'm focusing primarily on moving my embouchure. Not rolling the flute too much, and I'm not dropping the head up and down. I'm really just giving that embouchure a good workout. I'm gonna say Saved by the Bell today. Let's get back to it tomorrow. This experiment is really not going according to plan. I ended up having to quit on the 7th day, right near the finish line, because I was so sick that I genuinely couldn't even think about picking up my flute. And I realized that even if I did force myself out of bed to pick up my flute, it would have just sounded a lot worse because I wasn't feeling well. So I decided I was going to have to just look after myself, be kind to myself, take care of myself, and quit and figure out what to do when I got better. And then I decided I would just restart the whole experiment. I will start from the beginning and I will go through this process again. And I restarted, off I went, and then something else happened. And then I restarted and then something else happened. And I kept restarting. And then there was like a day that I missed or skipped or couldn't do it. This experiment is not going as planned. But also like kind of the life of a musician. Seem to be so busy, we never really have time just to slow down and do our nice long tones. But something really interesting did happen in this process, and that is, I think I actually started forming a habit of practicing long tones. And here's the really surprising part, I kind of love it. So I'm going to play a little bit of my long tones today. I've actually been quite consistently practicing them over the last week. I think I had a little bit of a break over the weekend. but you'll at least get a rough idea of what I'm sounding like after having done consistent long tones for actually a couple of weeks by now. And then I'm actually going to share some of my takeaways, which some are expected and some are actually pretty surprising to me. Okay, I'm just going to play some straight long tones again and give you a chance to hear what's happening. Okay, so I think that gives you a fairly good idea of how my long tones are sounding. Now let me share some of the benefits that I've had over this period of really practicing them regularly. I feel like I've gained a lot more embouchure control in general. Like I feel like my ability to feel and manipulate the size and shape of my opening of my lips has really improved a lot. I also think my tone has become a little bit more stable and settled, and actually right before I got sick and I had to actually kind of stop, there was like a moment where my sound was so clear and so sweet. It was awesome, and of course I wasn't filming it because that would be wonderful and convenient. Like seriously, do you ever feel that way? You know, you're like playing and it sounds amazing and you put a camera on and then it's just like nope, not happening today. But it's been really, really wonderful to kind of feel like I'm getting playing fit in my embouchure again. And here's the surprising thing about it. I can't say that I've been playing all that much over the last couple of weeks. I've been really, really busy with something that I'm going to tell you guys about in a moment. But somehow, just from practicing a few long tones every day, I get a certain level of confidence in my playing. And that's the other big benefit that I've had through this process, is feeling the confidence that you get when you do practice your long tones regularly. But the biggest benefit I got from practicing my long tones is that it gives me permission to just completely slow down. Take it easy, take it calm, and slow down. For those 5 minutes when my timer is on and I'm set to practice my long tones, I just have permission to shut out the rest of the world, to not stress about work or practicing or anything else that's going on in my life, but just enjoy my instrument, enjoy my sound, even if it is sounding pretty rough and terrible. Enjoy the process of just exploring and being curious and being creative. But I've also learned some important lessons about how to practice and approach long tones along the way too. Firstly, I've realized that like anything in life, we need to form the habit of practicing long tones. And we do this by just repeatedly and regularly showing up and just doing it. I didn't particularly love it at first, and then with enough repetition, I started to enjoy it more and more. I've also discovered that variety is key when it comes to practicing your long tones. You need to make sure that you're not just practicing the same old way day in, day out, but rather that you are allowing yourself to be creative with them, find fun, explorative, interesting ways to practice them. But it's also really important to have a plan, because if you don't know what exactly you're going to do any given day and you have to first come up with an idea or think creatively, sometimes that little gap between doing it and first thinking of what you're going to do is enough to cause you to actually quit and decide not to do it at all. So come up with a plan, have some kind of a plan. Maybe it's for the week or for the month in terms of your long-term practice, so that you can just follow your own plan. Which brings me to what we're doing in October. So at the beginning of this video, I promised you guys a free resource, which I am going to give you guys. We've dropped a link down to it below. This free resource is basically all the exercises that I did in this video written out for you guys to practice. But I thought we should probably take this whole thing a step further, and that's exactly what we are going to be doing in October. We are going to be doing a 21-day long tone challenge starting on the 3rd of October. For 21 days, we are going to find fun, creative ways to practice our long tones together. This challenge is available to all of our premium members, so anybody who is in what we call our Flute Practice Club, and I'm going to explain what that is in just a moment. But you can purchase this challenge separately as well on our brand new learning platform. Now there's a little bit of a backstory here how this learning platform came about. But basically we created a whole new learning platform which has combined a whole bunch of the stuff that we were already doing on different platforms. So our courses, our resources, our memberships, and even our communities into one learning space. You can go onto the site and create a free account where you can purchase our courses and this 21-day long-term challenge. But we encourage you to become a premium member and join our so-called Practice Club, where you will get access to not only this 21-day long-term challenge, but a whole bunch of additional resources, video content, live monthly Q&A sessions, and an awesome community of flute players from all over the world. We've dropped some links down below for you to go ahead and sign up for that so long. We are so excited, and I hope you guys are too. Happy practicing. See you guys next time.